The very first book I read of 2025 is called The Locked Door by Frieda McFaiden. And I'll give you a little summary and then I'll tell you what I think about it. The summary of the book is the main character's father is a serial killer, and he was sentenced to 18 years, like life sentences to prison, because he killed 18 to 30 different women, all like seduced, tortured, and he chopped off all of their hands and was known as the handyman. And the whole premise of the book was how it affected his daughter, which is the main character, and how she inherited some of the like psychological traits that he had, and she had characteristics of like a psychopath in general sense. And you kind of saw how the effects of having someone in your family like that really impacts your life, because she went through a lot, and she decided she had to be celibate, and that she didn't want to be in a relationship because if she were to have children, then they would be like her dad and like her, and she didn't want that. And it's very interesting. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but the concept is very good, and I thought it was very well executed. And if I had to put it on a tier list, it would be A tier. The only reason it's not S tier is because it wasn't life changing. It changed some of my perspectives, but it didn't change my paradigms. Like it. Now I check my shoulder when I go into restaurants and stuff. I was already doing that, but now I'm like double taking. I'm like super checking my shoulder, and I'm a little more sketched out by people. But other than that, it's just, I don't think that the book could be an S tier just because of the take the author took, but it was very well executed, and I thought that everything that happened in the book contributed to the plot in some form or shape or manner, and there was not really anything wasted. And I felt like the progression of the book was very well executed. And I'm pretty good at predicting what will happen in movies and shows and books, and I was completely wrong on every aspect in this book. I'm gonna be completely honest. When I watch shows, I can predict 9 out of 10 movies exactly what will happen, and 9 out of 10 times I will be correct, but I was completely off by 3.5 miles. And there's just a part in the book where you realize, okay, I'm not going to be able to predict it, and I don't want to have any spoilers, but I'd say the ending was satisfying enough. It's not a bad ending. It's just not what you expect whatsoever. And there's a little Easter egg at the end, and it kind of just makes you grin, I don't know. It's very interesting. I've never read a book like it, but I very much enjoyed it. And FYI, if anybody was wondering, it is a mature book. It hints at sexual things, but it doesn't have any sexual scenes in it, so there's nothing to worry about on that front. And other than that, first read of 2025 was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie.